Welcome, it's Monday, it's Trevor Cutmore, and it's time for my next video. So this week I'm going to be talking about making large profits, big profits from small investment. How do you do that? Okay, so look, many of you know that I teach and train people on the buy, refurb and refinance method on working with property. Now, I tend to work with people who have funds because that ensures that they come on that program and that they absolutely are in a position to buy. I always think it's a disservice for me personally to take those types of strategies and to teach people a dream to be able to do it without money. But the truth is, you can do some of the work without a lot of funds. But I personally like, and I do believe that if you're going to do this strategy, you should have done it first with your own money, and then that way, if you're using other people's money, you have the confidence, you have the track record, and you are mitigating risk. What I don't like suggesting is go and use other people's money before you understand the process. And I see many occasions that people mess up. Why? Because they haven't got the understanding, they haven't got the training, they haven't got the life experience of doing it and understand what can go wrong. Now, and again, in my experience, in let's say 95% of projects that you do, something goes wrong. It really does. So as long as you understand that and you're an experienced investor, then you'll understand how to mitigate those risks and you'll be aware of those risks before you go forward. That's very much what I teach, and on the program that I do on the buy, refurb, refinance, I help people mitigate those risks and to be aware if they come up and how to overcome them quickly, easily, and the most cost efficient way of doing it with and again, to make sure that they're done properly, not to save money on repairs that you have trouble later. So let's get into how do you make large profits from small investment. Okay, this is a very good way of making investments using options. So for those who don't know what an option is, it is a legal contract between an investor and a vendor. So here, straight away, if you know anybody who is looking to sell a house and it's in a bad condition and it has potential to be uplifted or even to be extended or even to build in the garden, welcome to my garden. It's quite a big garden here. Just don't want buildings in the garden though. But there is potential, especially when people are looking to sell. So if you know anyone like that, it's not a question that you always have to buy the property. By using an option, you have by legal contract, you have the right to buy. But not the obligation. So that means that you're not tied in, and also with this contract it's made assignable. So supposing I did a contract with you on an option agreement to buy your house, let's suppose it's £500,000 and it needs £50,000 of works doing on it. Now I would bring that cash into the deal and I would oversee a project to uplift that property. I would I would renew the kitchen, the bathroom, I would plaster, deal with anything that has to be dealt with, maybe a new boiler, maybe new radiators, plastering, painting, carpeting, and maybe even create another bedroom in the loft or within the house. There's many things that I can do. Extremely creative is the way that I work, and looking to add value to 2 beds. Quite often I turn into 3 bedrooms, 1 bed I turn into 2 beds. And just by being clever, and I'll talk about that again in a little bit later, but let's get the concept that I would come along, I put my £50,000 cash into that project. So let's suppose your house is worth £500,000 and I agreed to buy your house within a 6 to 12 month period. I would invest you would get, and we agreed, let's say £500,000 is what you want, and I would ask you, what about, would you like more than that? Now I know straight away you're going to say yes. Okay, the thing is, what do I need? I need time. Now if you're wanting to move very quickly and get out and you want your money, unfortunately the offer that I would be giving you is going to be very low. It may even not start with a 4. But if you want to move very quickly, then obviously the offer would reflect the speed, will be a discounted price, and we can buy at that level. However, it's not the best for you. But if we said you want your $500,000, great. Would you like more than that? Great. So if you want more than that, then give me the time, the 6 months. I would come, you would have a legal contract drawn up, I would put my £50,000 in, we'd do the job, and then we sell it. Now, let's just take out solicitors and estate agent fees, but let's work out that it's worth 500, the 50,000 has made a huge difference, and now we can sell at £650,000. Now, if we do that, there's £100,000 profit. Now, I'm willing to share that with you, the owner, or the person who's introduced me to it. That's fine. So imagine, when we sell it, they get their 500, I get my 50 back, there's £100,000, whichever way that we split it, whether it's 50-50, 60-40, 70-30, whichever way has worked for the two people coming together, you make that split, and the point of sale, everyone gets their money, everyone's happy. Now, the thing is, you're going to turn around and say, Trevor, I don't have £50,000 to work with. I get it. So, and I did say, large profits, small investment. So, have you got £2,000? Well, you can do the same thing with £2,000. How would you like to know? Quite simply, look, I work with a lot of people. There's a lot of builders out there. And if you go to a networking meeting, and I do this quite often, I go to a networking meeting and I test it. Now, whether it's £20,000, £50,000, you want a good builder. Someone with a track record, they know what they're doing, proven, good quality works. But I would go to that builder and I would explain the situation and the contract that I've got. And I've got on an option. I'm willing to do this work and I'm going to sell. Why? I'm highly motivated to sell. Now, if I say to that builder, look, it's £50,000 worth of work. If I was to give you an extra 20%, an extra £10,000 on top, would you finance the whole project until we sell? Now, let's suppose in the works it's going to take 3 months, and let's suppose we're going to sell in 5 to 6 months. So that means that you've got to carry that for that period of time, but it means you're going to get a 20% uplift. You're going to make extra £10,000. Would you finance it? Now, many of them are going to say yes. Some of them will say no. Because why? Because they haven't got the track record, they haven't got the cash flow behind them to carry it. But to make an extra £10,000 on a £50,000 job is a huge benefit to a builder. Now, if there's builders out there and you've got these types of properties that you want, then bring me in. I'll do the deal and away we go. We share the profits. I have the knowledge of how to construct the option, of how to build the trust and how to explain it and how to create the heads of terms and to get everything done. So, can you see that by £2,000, and why am I saying £2,000? That's approximately what it's going to cost for you to pay the legal fees for you and the vendor, for their legal fees and yours, to get the contract drawn up. Once you've got that, you have control of the property, and with their consent in that legal pack, you can now do the works as clearly defined in that contract, to the end of making it nice and selling it on the open market to a third party. Look, let's get something clear. Your name doesn't go on the mortgage, you don't own it. You don't pay stamp duty because you're not buying it. If you wanted to buy it, then absolutely you could. And even on an option, I've done this where I wanted to buy properties, I've taken an option on it, and then I've done some work and then I've exchanged and completed. Why? Because I'm buying it for a higher value, and so I get a split in there, which makes it easier for me to buy, leave less money in. But the key thing is low money in, large profits. So again, if you're not sure how to do it, I do training. With Cashflow-Freedom, you'll see my email address at the bottom. With Leslie Towle, I deliver the lease option training. I also deliver the buy, refurb, refinance training, masterclasses. We also do 6-month mentorship programs where the guys, if you watch last week's one and the week before, where you see Vicky and the group in how they are doing, and you'll see the results that we're getting. All of them now are buying property to refinance and then on that journey, that's when I start to teach them how to do it in this way once they have the experience of doing it with money. And that's a very powerful place to be. Look, I'm sure you agree, unless you have the experience, it's very hard and very dangerous to use other people's money. So the key thing is, do it first. Whether you work with a joint venture partner and you do it together, but get that experience so you know what you're doing, you know the downfalls, you know the costs, etc., etc. There's many things that can really be beneficial to you. Look, I really hope you enjoy this video. Like I say, if you're interested to know more about trading, drop me an email. We'll send you the outline and the costs of what we deliver. We also have a networking meeting which is in Cambridge. If you'd like to know about that every month, please contact me. I wish you all the best. Have a most wonderful week, and I look forward to seeing you next Monday. Thank you. Bless you.